I get very jealous, I guess is the word. I get very insecure when I look at other women. And I know my body has been through a lot, and I always have to remind myself of that. And sometimes I would feel a little sad, or I would feel like she was embarrassed of me, or, you know, these are all just insecurities in my head.
Sometimes, people we love can unknowingly teach us the most important lessons, like how not to act. When you're in a leadership position, when people look up to you, it's your job to treat them with care and respect. That means not making anyone feel uncomfortable, not using your power to control others, and definitely not crossing professional boundaries. I'm thankful in a way, not for what was done, but because it showed me clearly the type of person I never want to be. Let's talk about Brandy and her daughter, Sarai Smith. Lately, Sarai has been stepping into the spotlight more confidently, sharing her music, showing off her incredible weight loss, and opening up about her personal journey. For a long time, she stayed off social media, and now that she's slowly returning, people are beginning to piece together why she was so absent, and it's bringing some uncomfortable questions back to the surface. Many are wondering, did Brandy do to her daughter what her own mother, Sonia Norwood, once did to her? Fans suspect that Sarai was kept in the background because she didn't match the polished Norwood family image, especially when it came to her size. Let's rewind a bit for context. Back in the early 2000s, Brandy was at the top of her game. She had hits on the charts.
Recently revealed that Brandy had a secret wedding last summer. Not even Brandy's parents knew about it. So what did you think when Brandy told you the news?
I was not as shocked.
You were not?
No, I was not.
As shocked as we were. Okay.
Right. Okay. I remember one day we were standing in the driveway, remember? And she and Robert were playing around. And my husband and I said, when are you guys gonna get married? And they said, we are already. And then my husband and I looked at each other and I said, Brand, for real? And she said, and so then my husband stepped to Robert and then Robert.
And what'd you say?
Dad?
I said, no, you guys aren't. I said, I might have to get my shotgun.
So after she made the announcement, Brandy and her team went on to do a whole MTV special called Brandy Special Delivery. And it documented the whole process of her giving birth to her daughter. Not long after the
successful TV show, and she was widely seen as a role model. But that image was shaken when news broke that she was pregnant. At the time, she had built her entire public persona around being a good girl, making smart choices, and setting a positive example. With her album Full Moon about to drop, the timing couldn't have been worse. To control the narrative, Brandy and her team claimed that she had secretly married the child's father, Robert "Big Bert" Smith. They even filmed a full MTV special called Brandy Special Delivery, which followed her journey to motherhood. But not long after the show aired, Brandy and Robert broke up, and Robert revealed they had never been married at all. The whole story. As she got older, Sarai eventually opened up about her own struggles with body image and self-esteem. She shared that she had battled her weight since childhood and that it deeply affected how she saw herself, especially within a family where the public image was everything. While Brandy promoted a plant-based lifestyle and was known for keeping fit, Sarai felt like the odd one out. She admitted that during high school, she developed an unhealthy relationship with food, which took a toll on her mental and physical health. Things reached a breaking point when Sarai landed in the hospital due to complications related to her weight. That health scare became a turning point. She realized she needed to make changes, not just physically, but emotionally. From that moment on, she started focusing on her wellness journey, both inside and out. It wasn't just about shedding pounds, it was about healing, growth.
And actually, me and some of my friends, we were doing this like big showcase, and that I wanted to show all my friends' talent and all these things, and I was acting like crazy. Like, I don't know what was going on. I was so irritated, I was so tired, I was just like, it was just terrible. Like, I treated everybody like crap, like it was just terrible. And one day I was like walking up the stairs and I fainted. And like at the time, you know, my cousins were with me and they were, what is going on with her? Rushed me to the hospital, and I had a health scare, and they told me, listen.
Growing and reclaiming her identity. As she began sharing her story online, fans started to connect the dots. Many believed that the reason Brandy had kept her hidden for so long wasn't just to protect her privacy, but maybe because she didn't fit the sleek Norwood image. Others pointed out that while Brandy had battled an eating disorder herself in her younger years, that should have made her more empathetic to her daughter's struggles, not distant from them. Still, some fans defended Brandy, arguing that she might have been trying to protect Sarai from public scrutiny. After all, Brandy had been in the spotlight since she was a teen and knew how cruel the entertainment industry and the internet can be. Maybe she didn't want her daughter to face the same harsh judgment she did. Some even theorized that Brandy purposely gained weight a few years ago to make her daughter feel more comfortable and less isolated. Even so, it's hard to ignore how different things might have turned out if Brandy had been more vocal or supportive publicly. While Brandy was known for promoting self, she also shared how hard it was seeing her mom looking flawless on red carpets and in photo shoots. Instead of feeling inspired, Sarai felt like she didn't belong. She wondered why her body didn't look the same, why clothes didn't fit the way she wanted, and why she wasn't more like her mom. It's a painful feeling to not only compare yourself to someone, but to have that someone be your own parent. What made things even more complicated was that people started to assume her transformation was the result of weight loss surgery. While Sarai focused on her health journey publicly, many believed she had gotten surgery to help her.
I get so nervous when anybody kind of talks about her and then talks about me too. And, you know, like you see like reactions or articles or anything like that. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? Because, you know, when people have kids and like their kids don't do it as big as they or their parents, or they don't sound as good, or they don't act as good, or they don't whatever. It's like the constant pressure of people having an automatic
along the way, and that she chose not to admit it in order to preserve the natural narrative. That lack of transparency stirred up even more criticism, especially given the Norwood family's history of controlling the narrative to protect their image. Still, many fans gave Sarai the benefit of the doubt. After all, it's her body and her journey. Whether she lost weight through exercise, diet, surgery, or a combination of all three, it was her choice, and she has the right to keep certain things private. Others weren't so kind. They accused Brandy of pushing Sarai toward surgery because she wanted her daughter to be more presentable. These claims were never confirmed, but they spread quickly online, especially since fans already felt uneasy about how the Norwood family has managed their public image in the past. Some people feel that Brandy was more concerned with maintaining her legacy and less focused on helping her daughter feel loved and accepted for who she was. Others say that Brandy might have done her best behind the scenes and just didn't want to make Sarai's struggles a public spectacle. There's no denying that being raised in the spotlight is hard. And being the child of a superstar like Brandy